Okay, welcome guys. I wanted to get this video out to you all before the start of the new year. Because I know everybody's setting up. So I've got my glass of wine. It is evening time for me. But like I said, I wanted to get this video out to you all. And it is my 2026 Planner Eco System. So I'm going to be talking about not only the planners I'm using, planners and journals. I included everything in this list. The planners and journals that I am using and why. Um, so I don't want the video to be too long, so I'll get into it. But what I want to say is that my planner system is designed for, first of all, for fluidity. So I always reserve the right to change my mind and change things up, switch things out. But this is just based on my experience, what has worked for me. I have layered goals in my life, and this is an annual thing. So I have goals for health, but not only health, well-being, for my finances, for love and connection with my peers, my friends, my family, spirituality, and my relationship with God, and then just overall creative output. So what you'll see in my planner system is that it's my ecosystem of planners rather and journals that is reflective of that. So right out the gate, I want to start with this guy, and this was included in one of the subscription boxes, and I am using this planner. It's really just a monthly layout, and I'm using it to track. I have a in-home treatment that I have to do for my health. So I'm using this thing to track. You can see it for December. So I have December highlighted here, to track when I do the treatment. So simply, I dated it with some date stickers. This is a good opportunity for me to use that. And then I'm simply just filling in when I actually successfully do the treatment. I'm supposed to do it 3 times a week. And I found myself not being successful with that. And I came to realize it was because I wasn't tracking it anywhere. And I tried to track it in my catch-all planner, but it's too much. Sometimes it's too much to track in one planner. So you need something that kind of complements or works with your planner system, but is separate from your planner system. And so that's kind of the theme for my ecosystem. It's like I track a lot of stuff in my catch-all planner, my everyday planner, but sometimes you need to kind of build things out a little bit in order to really be successful. What I'm going to use here, and I haven't done much of that on this planner yet, but what I'm going to do here is sort of track how that treatment feels. So I just started this for December. I'm going to flip it over and then use it for January. And this clips into, this is my catch-all planner. This clips nicely into my catch-all planner. So I'm just going to clip it here and move it around as I need to. So that's the first thing. Second, I want to talk about, this is my reading planner or reading log. This is a Happy Planner mini cover that I just sort of converted, just in the name of utilizing all of my supplies, converted to a reading log. So it has just the to be read list here. My goal for 2026 is 40 books. And that's because I'm turning 40 years old. So that's where that number came from. I'm totally okay if I hit that number, go above it, go beyond it, that's fine. But 40 is the goal. So it just has some reading logs here. I print out a picture of the cover and then I star it. So I say, if I gave it what out of 5 stars, and then a little bit of a reflection on the book there. And then there's some note pages that I'm going to add into this reading journal. And that is where I will just write out vocabulary words, things that stuck out in the plot, in the book that I'm reading, etc. So this is not an everyday thing. This is a periodically, I'll come in and update this kind of thing, probably once a quarter, once every 6 months. Like, it really doesn't take a whole lot. I read at least a book a month. So, that's what this is going to be used for. So that is the reading log. I want to skip. This is something that's really new to me, really new to my system. Let me check and make sure you guys are still with me. Okay. Really new to my system, and it is the manifestation journal by Tam Carr. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Hopefully I'm not butchering it. This is also not something that I'm going to be using every day. It's more of a weekly thing. But in here, there are prompts for scripting, setting monthly intention, vision refinement, and future self kind of things. So I do want to be intentional about manifestation and sort of carving out time for that. And so this is a journal that I will be following the prompts on at least a weekly basis. And so it has like some affirmation stuff in here, self-concept work, quantum leaping. And then it really holds you accountable because you have to write out your aligned actions that are aligned with your manifestations. I've been using it for a couple of weeks, and so far, so good. I do like it. Next, we have this is an oldie but goodie. I've been using these journals. It says go all in. I've been using these journals for a few years now, and this is the Start Today journal by Rachel Hollis. I don't even think they still make these, but it's pretty simple. I've had a lot of success with it, and this is something that I use every morning. So it starts off with you write the date, you write 5 things that you're grateful for, and 10 things that you made happen. And you write it out as if they're your 10 dreams, and you write it out as if they already happened. So for example, I am debt free and paid off all of my credit cards, for example, right? Then you write that out as if it already happened, even though it's actually a goal or a dream, for example, and then you carve out the one goal or dream that you're going to achieve first. So it kind of works like scripting. I like this to set my intention every day, and to just kind of remind myself of, sort of what I'm calling in for my day. All right. And then this one is a rollover. I got this notebook probably around February, I believe, of 2025. And it's not finished yet. So this is going to be just my catch-all journal. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. All the feelings, all the emotions, affirmations, reflection, free-handed, scriptures that I'm reading, how I feel about it. If I listen to a podcast or have a conversation with someone or go to therapy, right? I'm going to pull out this sort of catch-all situation and write about it. And I just put a pen loop in here. The pages are kind of thin. So I used the Valentine's Day card that my grandmother sent me this year because it kind of matches the journal. And I attach the pen loop to that, and I just sort of stick it in here. And so that way, I can keep a pen close by. So that is my journal along with my why, right? So my journaling process. Next, this is something new. We're going to get into the new stuff. So this is something new. And it's something that came in a cloth and paper subscription box. It's new for me. And it is a travel journal, a travel planner, travel notebook. That's what it's called. And I kind of made it cutesy, added a little pom-pom. I found this journal card or intention card from Cloth and Paper that says harmony, and harmony is my word for 2026. So I found it only right to kind of add this into my planner system somewhere. my ecosystem somewhere. And then there's a photo of some girls, some friends, looking out at the Eiffel Tower, as well as a tag from my In My Sundays pajamas by Mallory Irvin. And I just love the messaging behind In My Sundays. I plan to travel to Paris this year, so that's why I put that picture. And then harmony is my one little word. So in this travel notebook, this is also not going to be an every day, every week, not at all kind of thing. This is something I'm going to pull out when I am traveling. So itineraries, packing lists, plans while I'm at the destination, plans for when I come back. I will transfer things from my catch-all planner into here, and then I will travel with this in my purse or bag or whatever. I'm also going to keep receipts and notes and that kind of stuff in here from my travels. So travel notebook, travel planner is happening this year. Also new for me in my lineup this year is a junk journal. I really wanted to get started with it. This is also a notebook that came in one of the subscription boxes, and I think it is just super gorgeous. I love the exposed. I love the yellow. That makes me feel like, just bright and whimsical. The exposed spine. I think it is just so cute. And originally I was thinking about practicing my calligraphy in this, but I did a little test and I just felt like some of my like more watery calligraphy pens would actually really bleed through this. So I didn't really have a use for it until I started thinking about the fact that I want to get into junk journaling. Now, this is not something that I'm going to do every day, every week either, so I might not even get through this book in a year. It might take me a few years actually to get through this, but it is something that I want to incorporate into my system. And I want to do it just with a little bit of a twist. So maybe I'll do another video about this. Alena Conely, who is someone that I follow. I followed her on Instagram for probably I don't know, I think I've been following Alena on Instagram for the last 10 years. Never met her, but I think she's cool. She's a cool Black woman. Anyway, she has this methodology that she talks about. She did a podcast episode on it. Maybe I'll put it in the description of this video because I actually think it's pretty powerful. And she calls it the reminder remedy. And what she talks about is, you collect things in your life, souvenirs from when you travel. For me, it's like keeping like the movie stub for when I go to the movies and I had a good time with friends, or my boarding passes, or just little things that kind of take you back to that event or that occurrence when you look at it or when you have it. So for me, that's what junk journaling is, or that's what I want it to be, is collecting things that kind of trigger that memory, a good thought, and float me back to that time. So I am calling this, yes, it's going to be a junk journal, but it's going to be my reminder remedy junk journal. And what I really want to capture and sort of encapsulate are those reminder remedies that serve as evidence that I am living life and living life well, right? And living life as I have intended it to be, right? And putting forth the effort. So it's really like an evidence of how dope my life is kind of journal, right? Or, so I'm thinking about like when I have a bad day, or when something isn't going right in my life, I'll have a designated space that I can look back on and reflect, that will serve as a reminder remedy, right? To sort of combat whatever negative feelings I might be feeling. So I love this idea. I'm obsessed with this. I actually can't wait to get started. I need to go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's to get like some tape, one of those tape runners, and like some different stuff. I have a ton of washi tape, so this will give me the opportunity to use that. I am going to do some brush lettering in here and add stickers, and like I'm just going to let this be a full creative outlet. And again, no pressure to use this once a week, once a month, whatever. I'm going to collect the reminder remedies and the junk journal style stuff and just have it cataloged. And this will serve as just a beautiful like archive of my life. So I am really excited about junk journaling. Okay. Something else that is new for me is, I was really trying to figure out how I was going to use this spiral planner. I love it. I actually think it's really cool. I love having my entire year broken down by week at my fingertips, all in one place. But this is not customizable. I'm gonna take this out. It's not customizable really, like, and it's not meant to be. I heard Ashley, this came in a cloth and paper subscription box. And I heard Ashley talking about it, and she said that it's, the spiral bound planner is not meant to be customizable. Just wanted to make sure you guys are still with me. Okay. It's not meant to be customizable. So, and that just doesn't work for me. It's already kind of chunky or whatever. So I am going to use this spiral bound planner as my commonplace / pre-planning planner. So vocabulary words, things that I find interesting, things that I just want to jot down in a jiffy, right? And I don't want to worry about if it looks pretty or if I have a sticker or if it's coordinated or whatever. I want to keep it pretty simple in this notebook, so I'm going to keep it black and white, maybe with a little razzle dazzle with some of these square flags kind of things, but not doing too much with this. I'm not going to really decorate it beyond what it is. I mean, it's already pretty cute, to be honest. It's cute, and I just added these little tabs here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I added these little tabs on the side with those little post-it notes to mark out the months. I've already sort of used those bubble stickers in that pretty like taupey color to kind of bubble out some of the birthdays. And then I've gotten right into it. And I just write in a pencil in this. And I love having a place that's like it's already all together. It's the year all in one notebook that I can just quickly jot down, and I don't need to worry about, what it's looking like, because this is not my planner where I'm getting cutesy, right? This is just sort of, again, a commonplace, throw it in your bag. So this is going to be my complementary system to my catch-all planner that I'm going to get into in a minute. And it's going to be exactly just what a commonplace kind of notebook is supposed to be, except mine is dated. So again, if I learn a new vocabulary word or something like that, I'm just going to jot it down in here with the meaning. If somebody says a scripture and it resonates with me, I'm just going to jot it down, on that date and keep it pushing. So I love that, I found a way to use this because I really wanted it, to work for me. It's not the razzle dazzle, the looks. It's not giving what I need. The spiral notebook planner is she's just not the main thing. She's a side chick. And so that's okay. And I think she's okay with it. I think she plays her role. So that's fine. All right, last but not least, we've talked about this planner time and time again. I said I wasn't, and then I did. We've moved on to the catch-all. The finale of this video is my catch-all planner. So this planner, I have my little post-it here to kind of remind me of what I'm supposed to say to you all. This is my catch-all planner for daily use. So this one is going everywhere I go. She is getting touched every day, updated. She holds my quarterly goals, my annual fold out, which I told you all I use that for PTO. She's already got some bubble stickers on her as well. What I did here was really cute. I used some pink dot stickers, and then I put the clear ones on top of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I made it kind of pink because I wanted to keep with my color scheme that we have going on in this planner. But she's adorable. She is worthy of looking at every day. Today was the first day that she went to work with me. See, I have my word of the year already laid out in her, and I've kind of started my dashboard sort of stuff for January, even though we're not quite in January yet. I've got my 2 books that I am currently working on that will roll over into January, and we've got some bills and auto pay kind of stuff already laid out here. She's got finance in the back. She's got meal planning. I've decided what I'm going to use this little acrylic thing for, and it is for meal planning. So she's got some dates and some stickers already in her, and she is just who she needs to be. You know, she's everything that she thinks she is. She is my catch-all. Let me put my pen in there so you guys can see and get into it, how that is just super duper cute. An honorable mention is my pen bag. It has that same picture of the girls enjoying Paris, because again, we're getting to Paris this year. And that cloth and paper patch is in there, as well as all of the pens and highlighters and things that I'm loving. So with that, folks, not going to keep you too much longer, but that is our 2026 planner eco system. I'm trying to get all my friends out. Planner eco system. So thank you so much for joining. I feel like 2026 is going to be an awesome year. So cheers and happy new year and happy planning.